If you need any item guide to be good Fanny player, this is only guide you need to watch, my friend. Confused how to use best possible item for Fanny or want to learn best build for Fanny? We will be learning every useful items for Fanny, so make sure to watch till the end. In this video, we will be talking about two types of builds, damage build and lifesteal build. Do you know which is the most important first item for Fanny? Well, take a guess. Many of you might be thinking this or this. But actually this, knife is the most important first item after the boots. Whichever build you play, always buy knife as it helps to clear jungle creeps fast, giving 10% additional attack speed. Before starting the build guide, you need to understand these three things: attack, defense and penetration. Don't worry, it's not complicated, it's simple. Basically, there are items which increase your attack that are called attack items, same as that items that give you defense are defensive items. And what about the penetration? Penetration mean you penetrate through enemy defense of certain amount. Didn't get it? Let me explain it. Suppose an defensive item gives you 1000 defense, but if you have penetration item of 200, the defense cut down to 800. Simple, right? Okay, don't focus too much on it, you will understand everything as we progress forward in the video. We all know Fanny is assassin, so we need high amount of damage output to finish off the opponent. So you will simply think of buying high damage items. This is where you are wrong. High damage items are easily countered by defensive items. Instead of buying high damage items, we will start with penetration items. One thing you need to remember: always try to buy cheap item with high value at first and later buy the high damage items. So best first full item for Fanny will be Blade of Hepticity. If no damage is taken or dealt within 5 seconds, the next basic attack will deal extra physical damage equal to 160 plus 40% physical attack, and inflict 40% slow effects upon the target for 1.5 seconds. The advantage of this item is bonus damage, small penetration effect, and it even slows the target. Each point of the enemy's physical defense increases physical penetration by 0.05% when dealing damage to it, capped at 20%. This penetration item is useful against tanky heroes having high defensive items. For dealing with tanks and fighters, this is the best item for Fanny. And our next item will be Hunter Strike. Deals damage to an enemy hero or creep for 5 times in a row and improves movement speed by 50% that decays rapidly over 3 seconds. This effect has 8-second cooldown. Now let's add some defense to this build. We will learn to change different items according to conditions, but first let's finish the details of this build set. I bet there are people who doesn't like the item Immortality, as its unique ability give chance to survive once again in the battlefield. Only downside to this item is that after its ability is used it become quite a useless item, and if you have full build you can sell it and buy another defensive items which has better stats after ability is used.
I am here. Darn it! I went a bit too far.
Resurrect 2.5 second upon death and gets 16% max HP and 220 to 1200 shield that lasts for 3 seconds. Scales with hero level. This effect has a CD of 210 seconds. And the last item for this build will be Blade of Despair. It has the highest damage among all the items. Its most expensive item as well, so it's best to buy this item at the end, or if you need high damage you can build this in the mid-game. Attacking enemy units that have HP below 50% will increase heroes' physical attack by 25%. Lasts 2 seconds. Takes effect before damage is dealt. This was the damage build. Now the most important part: how and when the right items should be used. You need to understand that there is not such thing as best build. Even though you are playing same hero, your playing style determine what kind of build suits for you. Some of you like aggressive play, some of you might love to play safely, or someone would prefer freestyle or wanna play regenning lots of HP with lifesteal build. Yeah, we will obviously talk about lifesteal build later on video, so make sure to watch till end. Let's jump back to video. It's best to know about item and try for yourself which one suits your gameplay. I know many of you are confused, what item should we use at what moment. I will clear this to you. This is the full build that we recently talked about, but in match we cannot predict what kind of situation we would face. So it's not right to say that this build will work every single time. So what to do now? Answer is simple: you simply change the items according to situation. For example, the enemy team have high physical damage dealer and it's hard to deal with them or they are overpowering and leading to your death. Simply sell damage items and purchase the defense.
Same like that, if magic damage dealers are bothering you, build magic defense items. And you can also switch items when you use the item ability and its ability on CD so you can get better stats.
And in late game you can sell cheap items and switch them to get higher stats items which are expensive. So basically you all need to understand items abilities so you can take advantage of them. You might be thinking, what a boring thing to do. No, I didn't say to read the items all one by one like a book. Simply understand its ability and start changing items. Don't just simply rely on pro builds, make your own. I know you will make mistakes at first. Don't worry, when you do mistakes you learn from it, only focus on not repeating the same mistakes. I hope you understand how builds work and hope you will start making your own decisions on items and improve. Now let's talk about Lifesteal build, but before that, if my videos are helping you, don't forget to show support by subscribing this channel for more Fanny guide videos.
Now let's talk about Lifesteal build. This build is little different than damage build. In this build you are using items that increases spell vamp rather than penetration. Wondering what is spell vamp? In simple terms, spell vamp mean you increase the HP upon hitting the enemy or creeps. Are you confused how to use this build? Don't worry, you simply include items that have spell vamp effect. What are the items that have spell vamp? Let's learn them.
The most popular item for spell vamp would be Bloodlust Axe. It's grant plus 20% spell vamp.
And our next item would be War Axe. Unique passive, Fighting Spirit. Dealing damage, grants 12 extra physical attack and 2% extra spell vamp per second for 4 seconds. Up to 6 stacks. Deal 10% extra true damage according to base damage at full stacks. After that we will buy high damage items to deal damage, which is Blade of Despair. After that, now it's time for some defenses. We will buy Queen's Wing, as it reduces damage taken by 20% when health is less than 40% and increases your spell vamp by 35% for 5 seconds. This effect has a cooldown of 60 seconds. And our last item would be Immortality. Now we have completed all the items that are useful for Fanny. The most important thing you need to understand is you need to make decisions of your own. Learn items ability and then create new builds or simply make items according to the situations. This much for today. Thank you for watching.